Andrew Flintoff feared he would be left faceless and wished he had passed away right after the horrific automobile accident. After the accident, I didn't think I had it in me to get through, Flintoff, 47, admitted in a terrifying television documentary that Disney Plus published on Friday. Half of me wishes I had been slain, and half of me thinks, I wish I had died. This sounds terrible. I didn't want to kill myself, don't mistake the two things, but I was thinking, this would have been so much easier. The former captain of England also disclosed that the event that occurred during the filming of the BBC TV show Top Gear in December 2022, in which he was dragged across the tarmac of Dunsfold Aerodrome in Surrey after the Morgan Super 3 three-wheeled sports car he was driving flipped, repeats in his mind like a movie. The fact that I didn't believe I had a face was my greatest dread. I thought my face had come off, Flintoff claimed. I recall everything, even if it could have been simpler if I had passed out and subsequently been comatose for a week or two, waking up with the stitches removed. We're most likely traveling at 40 to 45 miles per hour. The wheel came up on the front as they were just demonstrating to me how to start the automobile moving sideways. Rolling a car is humorous because everything slows down and there's a point at which there's no turning back. It's really strange. Flintoff likened his previous position as an international batsman to the reaction time required. He pointed to the right side of his head and said, "You have 0.4 seconds to decide where the ball is going, what shot you are going to play, and how you are going to move your feet." As it started going over, I looked at the ground, and I knew if I get here on this side, then I break my neck. I will die if I am struck in the temple. Going face down gives you the best opportunity. I was dragged out after my head was struck, and the car went over. I went over the back of the car and pulled face down on the runway, under it, for about 50 meters, before it hit the grass and flipped back in. Shortly after being airlifted to St. George's Hospital in Tooting, oral and maxillofacial surgeon Mr. Jared Hack began operating on Flintoff. The A&E consultant called me while I was on call that day. I sensed something was wrong because many of our injuries are treated at a lower level before being escalated to the specialist, Mr. Hack added. His damage to his soft tissues were extremely complicated. Losing soft tissue and skin is extremely uncommon, and he had lost a sizable chunk of his top lip, along with the skin and portions of the underlying muscle and lower lip. But there were other issues. It was impossible for these wounds to be clean. His face has been scratched by the tarmac. The original procedure took almost 5 hours, and there will be dirt and grime. All you need to do is restore the anatomy to its initial state. Similar to a jigsaw puzzle, practically every component is present. In the instance of Andrew, they weren't. A blood-soaked and bruised Flintoff is shown in the 98-minute documentary being taken to the hospital and after surgery, with his nose, lips, and cheeks covered in stitches and his eyes swollen and black. I've never seen someone so scared in their eyes, and he just stared at me, and I just think he was looking at me to know how bad he was, Rachel Flintoff, Flintoff's wife, recalled the initial visit to console the father of 4 in his hospital bed. To be fair, though, I managed to gather myself and didn't cry. I just said, "It's fine. You will be all right. I'm in awe of your stunning appearance. Prior to our arrival at home, I did have you simply need to be as strong as you've ever been," I told the children when I called them. "It's true that your dad looks different now. I don't want you to look astonished and appalled since it will knock him, but it will get better." For the next 7 months, Flintoff was confined to his home due to his crippling anxiety, only leaving for doctors' and dentists' visits. Eventually, he worked up the nerve to appear in public once more for the 2023 Ashes, initially watching covertly with longtime friend Rob Key, the men's director of cricket for the ECB. With Key's assistance, he soon began a coaching career that has subsequently led him to become the England Lions manager. Cricket helped Andrew when he needed it most. He was saved by cricket. Rachel remarked, "It gave him a reason to be again." However, he has moved on from his TV career, admitting that he lost contact with Chris Harris and Paddy McGuinness, his co-presenters on Top Gear, in part due to self-preservation. He claims that during their first recent post-crash meeting, he became upset when hugging Harris, but he hasn't spoken to McGuinness at all. "A small portion of it is for myself," Flintoff remarked. "Their occupations have also changed, so I feel horrible for them, not guilty. Furthermore, I already have enough thoughts about what happened without adding to them."